YouTube? I am back with another reaction video, and we got the Larry Bird disrespect has gone too far. Now I found this video, and also I know I said that I'm back, but you know I had to get this cord from my computer, so that took me some time. But yeah, let's get straight into this video, y'all. The Larry Bird disrespect has gone too far. I see they had Kevin Durant and saying he's better, so I'm guessing they still, I think the disrespect is gonna always keep going. But anyway, enough talking, man. Miss y'all. Let's get straight into this video.
So, as you guys know, recently Kevin Durant cracked the NBA's top 10 all-time scoring list, surpassing the late great Moses Malone. And look, while KD at age 35 is still playing fantastic, has great longevity, the overall notion in recent years he's somehow better than Larry Bird, the second best small forward in NBA history, I really don't buy. And former NBA champion John Salley, who's very vocal about these debates, echoed that exact same sentiment. As like most NBA fans Salley knows, a player's longevity, while impressive, it's kind of the side dish.
At the end of the day, listen, Kevin, if I'm gonna listen to this video, but if he said he's better, come on, bro, you got one chip. Like, stop it, man. You only got one chip. And then on top of that, even though I love Kevin Durant, I like the Warriors. That's my second team. But he definitely went to that team. And, like, come on. That's like almost like a no-brainer, just to be real. But basketball's still basketball. But come on. I hope he did. But we're going to listen and see what happened.
The appetizer to the overall meal of an NBA debate. And if you look at Bird versus KD, as individual players' all-time legacies,
don't get me wrong, I still give KD his credit. He's still one of the best basketball players out there. I still give him credit.
And overall value, I think Bird still clears Kevin Durant pretty easily. As a fact, Bird from day one had an instant impact on his team, the thing few players can say. As Boston in '79, without Larry Bird, only won 29 games, the second fewest in the NBA. Compared to with Bird the very next year, and minor roster changes, they won 61, the best in the East. And pretty important note, KD the first decade of his career never cracked 61 wins until 2017 with the Golden State Warriors. Now, one similarity Bird and Kevin Durant do have is being very injury prone, especially late in their careers. But if you look at prime Bird from 1980 to 88, Bird every single year was at worst a top 5 player. As in his rookie year, he finished 4th in MVP. In the next 3 years, was runner-up every single season.
That's not bad, though. Like, it's not like he's 20th or 19th, like, or 30th. Like, come on, he's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Like, that's actually good at the end of the day. Like, if you think about it.
Season. And many forget, even 87-88 was still top 3 MVP voting after winning 3 straight, which hasn't been done since Bird. And a major part of winning the MVP is great teammates. And while Larry Bird and Kevin Durant both had Hall of Fame teammates, the way KD won his championships was vastly different than Larry Bird. As in Oklahoma City, despite having Westbrook, a young James Harden, a pretty good supporting cast, he only made 1 finals and won 1 finals game, compared to Bird, who won 3 championships, made numerous finals with the team that drafted him. And looking at Bird's best teammates, you have Kevin McHale, Tiny Archibald, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, and Danny Ainge. Bird had those all-time great teammates at varying points in his career, compared to Kevin Durant, who's had vastly more talent but still less rings. Of course, having Steph Curry, Clay, Draymond, that crew in Golden State, Westbrook, James Harden, Kyrie, and Booker in his post and pre-Golden State era. And the fact KD in Brooklyn failed so miserably is something you can't say about Larry Bird and his overall career. As in Brooklyn, Kevin Durant was basically pseudo-GM, calling the shots, getting the players he wanted, but still failing. The overall structure Golden State had and still has helped Kevin Durant tremendously in winning those 2 championships. And look at the 2017 and 2018 Warriors. It is heavily debated who is the team's best player and their most valuable asset, as many Warriors fans still argue Steph Curry was the team's MVP both those seasons. Now, we can have that debate, have that conversation anytime you want to. When it comes to Larry Bird, him and the best player on his championship team was not once ever debated. I mean, look at 84 in the playoffs. For the entire postseason, he ranked first in points, first in rebounds, first in steals, and second in assists, only behind Magic. And looking at his overall numbers, he was averaging well above 25 points per game on 50-40-90 splits. And unlike KD and Golden State, Bird in 84 had no teammate above 17 points per game or close to a player like Steph Curry. And if you want to compare peak for peak, prime for prime, look at 86 Bird. As from start to finish that year, he dominated in all aspects. Of course, winning MVP, only 5 votes shy of being unanimous. Boston had the best record in the NBA. He won the 3-point contest, was Finals MVP, leading Boston in points.
Larry Bird's worst is actually the best. Like, and that's the crazy part. His worst is actually his best, because if you look at certain things when he's not even playing that good, it's still top, like number 1, number 2, like come on, man.
Rebounds and assists for the entire postseason with once again 50-40-90 splits. In my humble opinion, 84 Bird, 85 Bird, and especially 86 Bird are better than any version of Kevin Durant.
Definitely.
And if you want to look at overall competition in the finals and the playoffs, Bird in his finals, he wasn't playing George Hill and J.R. Smith and a bum squad in the 2018 Cavs. The teams Bird was playing were the Showtime Lakers and the Houston Rockets with Hall of Fame big men. And looking at Bird's East, of course the 76ers, who made numerous finals, had tons of Hall of Fame talent, the Pistons, who had 3, 4, even 5 All-Star players from year to year, the Cavaliers, who had 3 All-Stars routinely, Dominique's Hawks, Jordan's Bulls, the underrated Bucks with Jack Sikma, Sidney Moncrief from that crew. The 80s East from start to finish was absolutely loaded, and Bird's finals competition, unlike Kevin Durant, was far superior. Now, once again looking at Bird and Kevin Durant as individual players, the overall passing and playmaking gap is a massive divide between these two players. As Bird, unlike KD, was a phenomenal passer in the fast break, the half court, and especially out of the post. And from Kevin McHale to Bill Walton to Danny Ainge, Larry Bird in his prime made all of his teammates better. And look, KD isn't a terrible passer or a terrible playmaker, he's gotten better in recent years. But comparing to Bird, a Magic-esque passer, it's not even a comparison from these two players in that regard. And one highly underrated part about Bird's game was his rebounding. As 7 times in 8 years, he was top 10 in that category for the entire NBA. And if you want to compare scoring the basketball, I would say yes, Kevin Durant overall was the better scorer. But the overall gap in scoring ability isn't nearly as big as the gap in playmaking and rebounding. And if you want to be 100% honest, the best Larry Bird comparison in today's NBA is someone like Jokic. Great scorer, highly efficient, a beast on the boards, and a tremendous passer. Bird at 6'9", 6'10", was indeed Jokic before Jokic, and his overall offensive impact on his teammates, his franchise, was far superior than someone like KD, who is a score-first player. And if you want to talk offensive impact, look at Boston in 1988 with Larry Bird compared to 89 without him. As in 88, with Bird, they were first in offensive rating, third in points per game, first in net, first in field goal percentage, first in 3 percentage, first in true shooting percentage, and first in assists. That year, Boston undoubtedly was the best offense in the entire NBA. But only 1 year later, without Larry Bird, they go from an all-time great offense to a mediocre or below average offense. As in 89, they...
Damn, look how much of a difference Larry Bird makes. That is wild. Like, just look at the difference, y'all. Like, that's crazy. Like he meant a lot to that team. Like, I could tell you that right now. He meant a lot to that team.
They ranked 8th in offensive rating, 10th in scoring, 14th in net, 6th in shooting percentage, 22nd in 3 percentage, and 10th in true shooting percentage. To give you guys some perspective of how big a drop-off that truly is, Boston in '88 was a better offense than the Showtime Lakers. But in '89, they went from an all-time great offense to just meh, not really that great. And the players they still had McHale, Parrish, they had Reggie Lewis, and a really deep bench. If you look at Kevin Durant's career, yes, he was highly valuable. But in terms of Larry Bird value, that type of value, Kevin Durant never has been that valuable. As in any of his teams, Brooklyn, Phoenix, Oklahoma City, especially Golden State, his offensive value hasn't really transcended his team or the best players in the world. And speaking of Golden State, the big cloud over Kevin Durant's head is not winning a championship without the Warriors. As in OKC, Brooklyn, and Phoenix, so far to this point, he's produced 0 championships and only 1 finals appearance. In the post-Golden State era, Kevin Durant has failed miserably. And until he makes a finals with the championship as his team's best player, I don't want to hear any comparison by him versus Larry Bird. And look, like I said in the opening, KD being 35, having great longevity, is fantastic in a vacuum. But if you want to compare players for players, legacy for legacy, overall value for value, longevity stats aren't the way to go. As someone like Russell Westbrook, compared to Bird total stats-wise, is far superior. But like we always say, those longevity stats are highly misleading and not the way to go in a player comparison. So really in conclusion, Larry Bird, he's still the better overall player, the greater player, with much more accolades and accomplishments in less time. So that right there is the end of the video. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.
Alright, y'all, that wraps up this video, man, and I am glad to be back. Even though, one thing I do want to say, a lot of things I learned from some of this time off is just learning that everything's not going to be perfect. There's always going to be bumps in the road. And then on top of that, I went like 3 or 4 or 5 months straight of uploading, y'all. Non-stop, 4 or 5 months. I remember in the videos I was doing, I was telling you I was going 4 or 5 months. So I think it's just sometimes boils up to things that just showing you that it's not going to always be an easy road. I know a lot of y'all understand that, but I'm only say this because I want to explain it to some of the people that may not understand it, But yeah, man, I love y'all so much, man. I just think that's what that happened, but I got everything working. Everything is good. We back with these videos. I know it's about to be the winter, so I definitely want to bring y'all a lot of videos because I know a lot of people are going to be inside, not really outside too much. So y'all definitely going to be seeing a lot of videos coming, and I already got a lot of stuff coming too. I'm going to do a giveaway for y'all. Everything is coming, y'all. But like I always say, bear with me. We're going to keep this ball rolling. And I'm out of here, man. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Turn on that bell. And I am out of here, man. I'm on to the next video. Love y'all so much, man. All the people from day one that been here still rocking out with me. No matter how long it takes for me to upload everything, man. I appreciate y'all. Everybody I talk to in the comments. Everybody that comment, man. I deeply appreciate y'all so much, man. But I'm out of here. And that's about it, y'all. Love y'all. We're going to get on some more videos. So definitely look out for that. I'm out of here. Peace.